Amber is wanting to know her soul's purpose and what she's supposed to be doing here. She knows she's strong and powerful and gifted, but has always felt disconnected from that in your adult life. Does that mean you felt connected in your younger life?
I do feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a pureness when I was younger.
Yeah.
Innocence.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So when we did the mini readings earlier and I tuned into Amber's soul, there was a frequency of peace and of neutrality. And what I felt was that she has this ability to come into a situation, and if somebody is feeling non neutral, we'll put it that way, her energy or her frequency alone has the ability to bring it into a more neutral space. And it'll be a learning to not take on that energy. And there's so many things you can do, even though it sounds so simple, but tuning into that neutral, peaceful state, which I believe is a loving state. I think love in general is peace, they're connected. And when you get into that peaceful, neutral state, that is where your inspiration and your answers and where you're called to go next is going to. If you feel yourself in a state of being sad or being confused or anything like that, the best thing that you can do for yourself is find a way. And they're telling me, find the people who can support you in this. Again, if you wanted to come in here and meditate with us, we would meditate with you to get you to tune into that peace. And then through that peace, what you can do is start to receive what is next for you. The peace looks to me like I see a path and then there's a light on the path. That's what will light up the path for you. It has to be a path or a place that doesn't have a lot of like ups and downs. I see an even path. You have to be pulled and called to your next place so that you feel aligned with it. If you feel resistance, if it feels like it's going to be hard, if it feels like it's going to be really emotional, I don't necessarily feel like those types of things are where you'll want to be. You're always going to be called to a path that is more just neutral and peaceful. But that's because that's aligned with your frequency. That's how your soul speaks to you. Your soul is always going to give you and drop in that information. And this is different for everybody. Granted, the peaceful and loving space is a place we can all receive information, but each one of our souls carries this. It's like when you see the light shining through a diamond, the reflections, all those lights are different colors and different hues, right? So although we're all one, we shine our frequency down in different vibrations and different colors, and we get to experience that vibration and that frequency in physical form. So your vibration and frequency, a part of it of your soul, I'm sure there's more to it, but right now what's coming through is that neutrality in that peace. So get yourself into a peaceful, neutral state, and then allow the information, whether it comes to you as a vision or just a feeling or even a knowing. Maybe you need to write it down. Just allow it to flow through you to your next step. And I feel like it's a sense of you don't need to know the whole picture. In fact, that might be overwhelming for you. Take this step here and know that is the right next step. Because I feel like when you really tune into it, you're going to be called in different places or directions. I think I said this in your reading of, you might even be like, what the heck am I doing here? I don't even know if I want to be here. But you need to be there, and you were called there through that feeling, and you just know there's something that needs to be done there. And just like Nicholas said, sometimes it's just that faith, knowing that you need to be there for a purpose. For you, I feel like it's usually people. So you're going to want to find ways that you can be around people and maintain as much as possible that neutrality, that peace state, and know that energy can affect others rather than taking on their stuff. Christine asks, what does my higher self want me to know right now? So I'm just going to kind of tune in for a second to, our higher selves are really one. They're really connected. It's interesting. It's like we have our individuality, but at the core, we're all connected. We're all one. And So the higher self is speaking to me right now as more of a we. And Christine, it's a sense that your soul is, your higher self is on a level of a we, of more of a collective. And when you receive messages, you're receiving them from this more collective consciousness that comes through and may even communicate as a we. And what you could do, there's never a have to, is use the information that's coming through you right now, very similar to this, to help others reconnect or remember back into that oneness that we all are, because we've been so entrenched in the disconnectedness and the individuality. And it's great to be individual, it's great to have unique personalities and experiences and ideas. That's part of creation and it's beautiful. But we also can reconnect back into that remembrance that we are one, that we're never separate. And when we come together, we do so much more. And I feel like a lot of the messages coming through you will be similar to help remind people of their own higher self, of their own guidance or guides, or just I feel a very similar connection to you as to where your information comes through, meaning some people are mediums or receive information from different, or they speak to the planet or whatever it may be, but you really speak to the all. And so there's so much in that you could do, you could work with. So it feels like a door is really open for you. It's not a specific, you should receive these messages for people, or you should do Reiki, or you should be a death doula. You should be all the things. And feel where that higher self guides you in every moment. Just that's what a lot of us are being guided to be like, to follow the inspiration. So another message, this is for everyone that has been coming through a lot, is right now, because timelines are shifting so quickly, our choices have always mattered, but our choices really matter, right? And they matter in a sense, not in good or bad. They matter in a sense of, where are you directing your experience? What timeline are you directing your experience for? Because you can choose to experience whatever you like. I woke up the other morning and I was getting my coffee. I was doing my normal routine, and I just heard this voice come in and say, when you live in the 5D or the new world or the world you want to be in, is this what you're doing? And I was like, no. And then I thought, what would I be doing? What life do I really want to live in? What is the planet? What does that look like? You hear people talk so much about us evolving or ascending or being in 5D, but it feels so out here. Oh, okay, so we're not going to have a body? Are we going to all be just like these angelic, happy beings? And I don't think that. I feel like we're still individual. We still have a body. We're just remembering how we can live in more harmony. We're allowing our unconscious beliefs to become conscious, and so that we can let them go. That neutrality energy is really important.